Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Tuesday. This is Christopher Tompkins with the Morning Huddle. Great to be spending this morning with you. I hope you are finding, or you have some plans to figure out maybe having a virtual happy hour for your Cinco de Mayo celebrations later on this evening, or hell, afternoon. We're at home anyway, right? But Cinco de Mayo is a really great opportunity for us to kind of think about Instagram, and we were talking about that this morning. Kind of how can we wrap Cinco de Mayo into some of our clients' storylines? Now, when people talk to us about Instagram as an agency, what we usually are asked is how can we find Instagram influencers? How can we make our influencer strategy stronger? How can we get to over 10,000 followers? Like all of that kind of stuff. I think that's a really great topic, and I think that's something that I could definitely give you some tips on in the future huddle. But for today's huddle, I want to do something different. And I want to talk about storylines. Now, everybody has a story within their business, but a lot of us have had life in the way of us actually leaning into finding it. That sounds esoteric, theoretical, but what I want to really help you with is now that we do have the time. I think what I'm coining this is the refocusing revolution, because now you can refocus lots of what you're doing, and this is a great opportunity to do something that a lot of people are scared of, which is photos and video. I don't like how I look. I don't know what I'm supposed to take pictures of. I don't know. Figure it out, and this is the time that you can do that. Focusing on Instagram first. Instagram is a visual medium. Now, do you need to be Annie Leibovitz? Do you need to be Herb Ritz? Do you need to have like these beautiful pictures? If you're a photographer, yeah, come on. But if you are you just have an iPhone, I held that phone so angrily. Sorry, guys. The coffee's kicking in, right? Okay, so drink more, right? This is a bad idea. But no. So what I'm trying to say is, before you start worrying about how you're going to take the pictures, you need to think about what your story is going to look like as it unfolds online. Now, storytelling is something that a lot of people talk about in marketing, and I think it's gotten kind of kicked to the curb because there's so many other cool things that you can do to grow and maybe hack your growth a little bit. But I really do feel like there's more longevity within building a storyline. So how do you do that? How do I do that? When I look at a client, what I want to see is, number one, the first thing is where are they making their money? Where are they making their sales? Who their target audience is, and how much content they're putting out currently. Then, if it's a brick and mortar versus a completely virtual business, as opposed to an office-based business, you have to think about what your settings are. Then you have to see what the individuals are utilizing in terms of events. Are they doing and obviously in this current state of affairs, events are not really the hot thing, but just imagine how cool it would be if you were all on a Zoom call with all of your employees, and everyone had a margarita, and you took a screenshot of that. And it could be non-alcoholic, but you're taking it for the picture. And then you share that on Instagram, and that's fun. It looks like, hey, you guys are having fun. You're a fun organization. And that's why I was thinking today with Cinco de Mayo, I thought this is kind of one of the ways to get people thinking, is to tie them into special events. Obviously, there's Christmas, and then the Christmas comes with a secret Santa maybe, or a Christmas dinner. But what else is there? What other things can you share? And what are your values? What are the FAQs that you answer on every one of your sales calls? Build them into a photo opportunity. So for example, say maybe one of mine is that, just trying to think of one that would be a really easy picture to do. Well, we do lots of work on Google Analytics. So one of the things that I could say is I can have a picture of one of our employees. They don't want to show their face. I show the back of their heads. Then take a picture of them on their screen with Google Analytics up and say, when's the last time that you checked your Google Analytics? And then just start the conversation. And then the next post could be maybe a tip of the week, or the next post could be something different, and so on and so forth. Because that suits my story for the Go agency. And I mean, check us out on Instagram, because we do lots of work on Instagram, so you can kind of take a look and see kind of what I mean. But what I want you to do is a couple things. Number one, I heard this great piece of advice, and it resonated with me. And I'm telling you, some of the best advice I've received has been in the last few months. And somebody said this, and I'm going to paraphrase. I wish I knew who the person with her name was, so you can go learn more about her. But she said, just shut up and do it. Like, you don't have to be perfect. Do you think I like the way that I look today? Do you think I like the way I sound today? Do you think I have the most beautiful photographs? No, but I have to get started somewhere and get it going. And it's the truth. It really is. With a lot of things that I've done, I've kind of held off until I felt comfortable. But then it's like, no, why am I doing that? Let's just get out there and start sharing the content. And Instagram is exactly what you can do with that type of mindset. One of the things that you want to consider with Instagram is how the pictures are going to look together, because it's creating a grid. So the grid is going to be very important for you to kind of really get your visual appeal across. I want to throw out a really good tool that you can utilize that I've mentioned a million times. It's a starter tool. So if you're not a designer or your photographs are a little weak, it's called Canva, Canva.com. It's a free tool, or a low cost, whatever it is now. And it's a really great opportunity for you to create Instagram ready posts that look beautiful. And also, if you want to start doing stories, which are the things, those little circles that are on the top of the Instagram homepage, you can do those as well on there, and just create all the content before, and then, whatever. But just think about this, using this time that way. Instead of holding off on something that you're scared of, taking the reins rather, and running with it. And I think that you could do a lot of damage in a good way. So that's it. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. This has been Christopher Tompkins for the Morning Huddle, coming to you live. Make sure to check out our website. We have a new ebook about how to be the best at Zoom. If that's something you want to do. If you don't want to be good at Zoom, don't read it. TheGoAgencyUSA.com. And also, we have a new domain, which is GoSalesAndMarketing.com, which is a little bit easier to say. All right, folks. Great spending some time with you. I'll see you. Have a great day.